friends, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a how-to video, specifically a how to print your Poshmark shipping labels using a Dymo 4XL label printer. And I've been using the Dymo 4XL for years. I have shown it in previous favorites videos, in a how to ship my Poshmark packages video, and also just my day in the life videos. You might have spotted this little printer next to my computer, and that is exactly how I ship out all my Poshmark packages. So I thought today I would sit down and talk a little bit more about what the label printer is, and then also show you exactly how to use it to print out your Poshmark labels when you're ready to ship out your sales. And then finally, I also have a special promo code from Dymo for all of you guys to get a discount on shipping labels for the printer. So stay tuned for that at the end, but let's go ahead and start talking about the printer. Okay, sitting here with my lovely Dymo 4XL label printer, and this is what it looks like. It's super compact, and this is where the labels come out, and normally there's a cord in the back that attaches to your computer and to power into the wall, but I've taken it off just to show you what it looks like. So it's nice and compact, which is actually the first thing that I really like about this printer. If you use a regular inkjet printer, you know those things can be quite big, quite cumbersome, and take up a lot of space on your desk, or you have to find a shelf or somewhere to place it. But this is just so nice and small. You can easily put it on your desk and it doesn't take up a lot of space. The other pro about it being so small is that you can easily take it off and store it somewhere when you're not using it, so it just unplugs and then you can easily plug it back in when you need it. But yeah, I love that it's just a nice, sleek little printer. The second thing that I love about my Dymo is the fact that it's a thermal label printer. So the fact that it's thermal means that it never needs any ink. It uses thermal technology to print the labels, which again, if you compare it to a regular inkjet printer, those you have to replace the ink on so frequently. I feel like when I was printing out my shipping labels daily before I had the Dymo, I had to replace the ink, it felt like every other week, and that can add up. Ink can be really expensive for regular printers, so the fact that you never have to put ink in this is definitely a pro. And then the third and final thing that I really love about the printer is the fact that it prints on sticky labels. You can just immediately peel and stick the label once it prints out of here and stick it on your package, which is super fast. Before, I was having to cut out the labels off the regular pieces of paper and then tape them onto the box, which I know it doesn't sound like that much, but if you're doing a larger volume of packages, that can really add up and take up a lot of your time. So peeling and stick is just a much faster way of doing things. So those are three things that I love about my Dymo. I'm gonna link it down in the description box below, so if you want to check out more specifics about the machine, and you know, if it's something you might be interested in, definitely check out that link so you can find out more about it. But let's get into how to print your labels. So the first thing you need to do if your printer is new is obviously you need to download the software onto your computer so you'll be able to use the printer. And I've already installed it on my computer because I've been using my Dymo, but I'm going to show you that you can just pull it all up on the Dymo website and install from there. It's super easy. I have the Dymo website open, and up here is the address for just the user guides and the software that you need. And it's for all their products, so when you scroll down you can actually search for the one that you need. You just select from the drop down the product type, which we need the LabelWriter label printer, and then the model, which is the 4XL that we're using. And then you just select find downloads. And then once everything loads, here you can see there are all the user guides, any kind of product information, and then down here there's all the downloads for the software just based on the different types of operating systems. So you'll select whatever you need and download to your computer and just go through the easy installation guides. So once you have installed the software, you can hook up your Dymo to the computer. So you just hook it up with this USB cord. I'm just going to plug that into my laptop. The next thing we need to do is put the labels in here. So I'm going to open it up, and it's empty. I took out the roll of labels that I had in here so I can show you exactly how to install, and it also has instructions inside, so if you forget, it shows you again how to do it. But we're going to go ahead and take out the label reel. I don't know exactly what this is called, the spool. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. I have my roll of labels here. This is a brand new roll of labels. And what's nice is they give you like a half label to start so you can feed it through and not waste a full label. So this is just a full roll of 220 4x6 shipping labels. And what I'm going to do is put it on the spool. To do that, all you're going to do is pull off the one end of the spool. What's nice is on the inside of the spool right here, it tells you which direction the paper needs to go and where the labels need to come out. So I'm just going to follow that guide, and I'm going to put the labels on, and you can see that arrow, you're supposed to feed the labels under. So just like that picture, I have the labels coming from under, and then all you're going to do is put the other end back on the spool. And the trick is to make sure it's nice and secure and tight. You don't want to have like any space where your label roll can be wobbling around. I made that mistake in the beginning. Just make sure it's all flush and put in there tight. So now I just need to put my labels into the label printer and feed it through. And all you're going to do is just gently set this back into the holder on the top portion of the machine. And again, make sure your labels are coming from underneath. And then you're going to make sure that the left side of the label just feeds through the left side of the open slot that you have down here, and it's gonna self-feed through. Okay, now that your labels are in there, what you're gonna do is close the top, and you're gonna push the blue button on the front, and it's gonna feed the label through. And it stops right at the beginning of the next label. So this is that half sheet of labels that they gave you that were extra, and if you want, you can just tear that off, and then it'll start fresh on the first label. Now there is an important step we need to do before we can print our Poshmark shipping labels, and that is we need to change a setting within the app that's going to allow us to print on a shipping label printer. So what you're going to do is within the app, you're going to click down here the bottom right corner that has your username, and you're going to scroll till you see My Seller Tools, and you're going to click on My Seller Tools. And then you can see all these different options, and you're going to click on Shipping Label Settings. And there are two options that are given for you. The 8.5 by 11 is for regular printers, and then the 4 by 6 is for specialized label printers like the Dymo. So if you've been printing on a regular printer, you probably have the top one selected. You need to make sure you have the bottom one selected, and you can see it explains a little bit more about that type of printer, and you just want to confirm your choice, and then it'll save. And that way your labels will be formatted to print on the correct size paper. So make sure you do that before you try to print any Poshmark labels. Now that you have the printer settings correct within the app, you're able to print your shipping labels, and you can do this one of two ways. You can either do it from the website, which is what I'm about to show you, or you can print the label from the email that Poshmark sends you right when you make a sale. Either way works pretty much the same. I personally have just always done it from the website for some reason, so that's what I stick to. And all you're going to do is select down here in the bottom left, download shipping label. A pop-up comes up, and you're just going to click download, and then your file is going to download, and I immediately open it, and it's a PDF file of your shipping label in the correct format that you need. All you do now is select print, and you're going to be able to choose your settings for the printer. So all your settings are over here on the side, and you want to make sure you have the correct printer selected. So I have a couple printers on this computer, and I want to make sure I'm using the Dymo. And then the next thing you want to make sure is that you have the correct paper size selected. So over here it shows the 4 by 6 inch shipping label, but if you were to choose the drop down, you can see all types of paper that you can print on with the Dymo, and you want to make sure you're using the label size. And this number that's at the beginning, that is on your labels and on the box as well, so you can double check that. And then the last thing you want to do is make sure you select fit to page for scale. So normally that is unselected when you first open this up, and it for some reason prints a little bit bigger than the page. The label will be bigger than the page, but you want to make sure it fits within the label. And so what you're going to do is just select fit to scale. It scales it down, you can see, from 101 to 98, and now when you print it, everything's going to be on the label instead of being cut off. And so now that you have everything set, all you're going to do is select print, and then we come down to our label printer, and it just prints out perfectly on your label. You tear it off, and then this is what you use. You peel and stick onto. Let's do another label. I'm going to go ahead and again select download, confirm I want to download, And then I'm going to click on the downloaded file, and it opens up again our PDF label of exactly what we want to print. I'm going to select print. And you can see over here the options are what I used before. So it's the Dymo 4XL, and then also the label is selected and fit to page is selected. And then my label prints out. Tear it, and then I just peel and stick, and I'm good to go. Now you see just how fast and easy it is to print out your Poshmark shipping labels using the Dymo printer. And like I mentioned before, you never have to purchase ink for the printer, which is amazing and such a huge savings. The only thing you're ever going to have to purchase once you have your printer are the shipping labels. And Dymo has been so kind to provide all of you with a huge discount on those shipping labels. So the deal that I have to offer you is 5 rolls of shipping labels for $60. There's 220 labels per roll, so that's 1,100 labels for $60. What a huge savings. I know I'm going to be stocking up, and I'm going to link everything about the deal and how to use it down in the description box below. But basically, you're going to go on the Dymo website, which I'll link down below, and you're going to enter the quantity of 5 of the shipping labels, 5 rolls of the labels, and you're going to put those in your cart. Use the promo code EMPTYHANGER, and when you check out, you're going to get the deal of 5 rolls for $60. Thank you so much, Dymo, for providing that promotion, and thanks to all of you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and found it helpful, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you want to learn more about reselling and Poshmark, and stay tuned for my next video. Bye!